found a tube, and the minute I opened it, the smell transported me through time.
This one's wife. Cringe. Fist bump failure. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. As I've explained, this one's wife has gone through the humiliation, although she doesn't see it this way, of appearing in an Instagram advert for a coffee company. You might think that was cringe-inducing of itself, and you'd be correct, but it gets even worse. At one point in the advertisement, this one's wife attempts to fist bump somebody else who's in the advertisement. It's not clear whether that person is actually an employee or somebody else who's been roped in to make it all look like a trendy place to work. But she misses the fist bump, which just about sums her up, really, doesn't it? That whatever she tries to do, she just doesn't get it right. You might wonder to yourself, why is that? Why does she get it so spectacularly wrong? The reason for that is, of course, her narcissism. Her narcissism, through that sense of entitlement, makes her believe that she's very special. She believes that she's the most important person in the room, and, in this instant, the most important person in the video. I'd be interested to learn what the employees thought of her presence. Did they think, oh, that's really cool, the Duchess of Sussex has appeared in the advertisement, or did they think to themselves, right, so our CEO is going around thanking everybody, and then this Janie come lately comes swanning in, taking centre stage in the video, basically stealing our thunder. She doesn't work here, but she comes in and she's shown packing some stuff and doing some digital stuff. Yeah, thanks for undermining us. I'd be interested to know what the reaction would be, because there is a risk that that is how people would respond to the interloper making such an appearance. She has no emotional empathy, which means she is not naturally able to interact with people in a way where she understands them. She doesn't feel in relation to them as a non-narcissist would. That's not to say she's devoid of feelings. She has them. She feels furious. She feels hurt. She feels upset. She feels humiliated. She will feel envy, jealousy, antipathy, and so forth. She'll feel infatuation. But she doesn't have the emotional width of a non-narcissist. The absence of her emotional empathy means that there isn't a natural and flowing response when she's involved with people. Instead, it has to be a learned and manufactured response. Watch the video, The Imitation Game, for more about that. Certain narcissists, your glorious narrator included, have learned, as a consequence of the greater evolution of the style of narcissism, and through a studious application of observation of the way that people behave, watching them, listening, noting, refining, and logging the appropriate behaviours in certain circumstances, which enables us to fit in. Thus, my type of narcissist, the ultra, and greaters, for example, and some upper mid-rangers also, appear to be just like you, that our responses fit in. I gave an example of that in the eulogy that I provided for Doug Kramer. I know what to say because I've learned it. This is cognitive empathy. This one's wife has it, but as a mid-range narcissist, her cognitive empathy isn't that refined, which means she fails to put it in, and to put it in popular parlance, to read the room. This is why she makes these gaffes, such as breaking from the line at the Navy SEALs training facility opening to go and hug somebody in the audience when somebody else is speaking. Why she would walk in front of the Queen. Why she would repeatedly shove in front of Prince Harry. That she would interrupt him whilst he was talking and talk over him. That she wouldn't wear the appropriate colour scheme for a christening, choosing an alternative colour scheme because she does what she wants. It's demonstrative in the way that she outrageously walked in front of the veterans in a form of stolen valour. Time and time and time again, you will have witnessed the Duchess of Industrial Beige engaging in cringe-inducing behaviour because she fails to read the circumstances. And whatever she tries to do, she often gets wrong. Whether it's in terms of wearing clothing that doesn't suit her or doesn't fit her properly, saying boring things that would send a glass eye to sleep, and the interactions that she has. For example, going to read to children a book that she thinks is for children but isn't, whilst she's in a impoverished area wearing hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of clothing and jewellery. She just doesn't get it. I do not doubt that there have been some very exhausted individuals who have attempted to explain to her, you would be better doing it this way, you'd be better saying this would be a better approach because they understand crowds, audiences, the public. But remember, this is this one's wife. She always knows best. She believes that she's an expert in everything. She believes that she's an expert in colour coordination. She's an expert in public speaking, an expert in writing children's books. She's an expert in the exhibition of empathy. She's an expert in philanthropy. She's an expert in content creation, although all of the evidence demonstrates that she's not. She would even believe herself to be an expert in fist bumps, but as the picture shows, she couldn't even get that right, because she's an abject loser. Not all narcissists are as useless as she is, but plenty of them are also. And she falls into the category of a useless narcissist, because she has no inherent talent of her own, but she is deluded enough to believe that she has. And thus she puts herself in situations, and remember, she has gained such prominence that she's internationally famous, that every single thing that she does, and she loves being noticed because this provides her with fuel, but the problem is, she doesn't realise that every little thing that she does, whilst it provides her with fuel, then results in lots of people shaking their heads and taking the piss out of her. She can't see, yeah, I deserved that really, I tried to do a fist bump and I fucked it up. Does make me look a bit ridiculous, doesn't it? Yeah, I can understand why people got bent out of shape. I shouldn't have walked in front of those veterans. She just doesn't see it. It's astonishing, but she doesn't. She's blinded to it by her narcissism because it always tells her she's right and everybody else is wrong. And there's just another instance of cringe as she attempts a fist bump in order to try and look cool and instead just comes off as looking like an idiot. Once again, another instance of her downward spiral. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.